is R2. I'm still here on the trail. I have not given up yet and gone home. I'm in Connecticut right now, and I'm about 20 or 30 miles from the Massachusetts border. I have done all of Pennsylvania and New Jersey and New York. It has been a little bit more climbs. It's been a lot more rocks since Maryland and Virginia, where I started. But overall, it's I don't know. It's still about the same to me. If anything, I felt a lot more pain starting in Virginia because I didn't have trail legs. But now that my legs are at least fairly conditioned for the terrain it's been getting used to, all the little aches and pains kind of feel commonplace at this point. They're manageable and they don't keep me from being able to do miles. I also feel a lot more comfortable being on trail. Some of that is due to being with really cool hiking folks like Bartman and Point 7.
And now, here they are.
I'd love to introduce the guy on my left. I don't know what he's going to say, so.
Bartman.
And then
Point 7.
I'm going to reference. Yeah, Point 7.
Oh, and Rodney. You have to introduce Rodney.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I have the pleasure to have Rodney riding dirty with me today. Rodney is the shitty kitty. He gets blessed to hang out with the person with the shittiest attitude for the day. If you're in a bad mood or complaining, or that's why I got him. I think we could all had the cat yesterday. In fact, I could have pawned it off easily twice yesterday, and I kept him. He was happy.
Do you have any thoughts about what happened yesterday?
Yesterday was pretty shitty, but I'm pretty sure he earned it more than I did.
Why do you think we're in the shelter right now?
Because it's cold out and we don't want to walk.
What does FAFO mean?
Well, if you want to find out, you have to fuck around. Let's fuck around, find out. It's the only way you're going to find out.
How many cups of coffee do you have a day?
As many as I can drink. Minimum 3.
What has been your favorite place on the trail so far during your no-bow through hike?
Probably when I went home.
Next week?
I think the day we did Klingman's Dome, as nasty as some of that was pretty cool, some of the stuff we did. I really like that rocky top. That was beautiful. That was a beautiful view. It was very treacherous getting up there. It's just huge. But once you were up there, it was one heck of a view.
What's been your favorite place?
Best is yet to come.
You know, I think stopping, there's this just a little rocky outcrop, and I think it was Virginia somewhere. Nothing special about it. Just look down on a town, but it was just a beautiful area to just sit and just relax.
Can I ask a question? Did you just give Virginia props?
I did. I hate Virginia, but.
So these are my two friends, new friends. I don't really know what to call you guys. I know. Yeah, I don't know. We're a tramley for better or for worse because they're stuck with me.
The stuff you talk about after meeting somebody for 10 minutes. It only expands the longer you're with them.
It's true.
I get really excited when I think I see a thru hiker because I'm already interested in what he might say. Like just kind of, oh, where are you coming from? You ever get any of that kind of stuff?
No. No.
No. Am I completely alone?
Pretty much.
All right.
Most through hikers are just on their way to a point, so they don't want to sit around and talk too much. Not that they're being rude.
Yeah, I mean, some of these guys are just, they're pushing miles, 30s, 35 miles a day.
Sick.
It's disgusting. I'm hoping to be able to do that after I
Should be
peak
illegal.
Katahdin. Pennsylvania.
It's a state.
It didn't get bad until sometime after Duncannon, and then it started to get really, really rocky, and it just stayed rocky the whole time. Sometimes on either side of the trail, it was fine, but then they piled all the rocks just for the AT.
I got Pennsylvania scars. Still.
I only fell twice in Pennsylvania. They were pretty easy falls. The last 30 miles got.
Yeah, that started getting. Some of those
Yeah.
climbs are really cool, but those rocks are about the size of a football.
The food was great though. The food was really good in PA. So much good food. The we got to stop at this like Pennsylvania Dutch bakery thing at Delaware Gap. I think it was Delaware Gap.
Hot dog in the pie.
Oh my god, it
Delaware
was
Water
so good. The food there, we stopped for pies. They had cannolis. I had some of those. I think we took out stuff, and then there was also a another deli that we went to. Ordered a 20-inch sub.
We all ordered 20-inch subs.
We all ordered them, but I ordered a 20-inch sub thinking, okay, I'll eat half here, and then I'll take 10 inches on trail. Well, when I got the sub, it was only like this big, and I thought, okay, that's what they're calling a 20-inch sub. And then Point Seven and Bartman both ordered one to go, and not thinking, and I didn't think about it until later. I went to go ask. I was like, okay, well, I was really enjoying that sub, so I'll take another 20-inch sub. And the lady behind the counter said, "What are you talking about? You want, because I already have 10 more inches wrapped up for you." And it was at that point that I realized
That's what she said.
that was a lot of sub.
You don't know the size because you've been lied to all your life.
I have been growing up with the 12-inch sub, and 6 inches is barely anything. So yeah, I still had 10 inches to go, and they each got a grocery bag filled with these two massive subs, which they both promptly ate that day anyway. So, I mean, it's not like it's a regret. Those were really good
But
subs.
we ordered meals on top of that.
That's true. All right. So then after PA, we get into New Jersey. What was New Jersey like?
Awesome. I love New Jersey. And then we met Half Baked, which was great. I have nothing bad to say about New Jersey. It was great.
How did you like New Jersey?
I love New Jersey. I don't like to drive through it, but I love to hike through it. No, it was the boardwalk was cool, even though we had to do some walking through the water. Do not go through the swamp. No, 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 no way. Go through the swamp. Point Seven's about 10 yards into it. I said, "All right, hold my beer." We went through the swamp.
This is what happens when you find out. I don't know if that's water lettuce. There's a lot of some kind of head of lettuce or cabbage looking thing that's everywhere out there. How do you guys feel about New York thus far?
Holy shit. It's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. The climbs are different. The lemon squeezer was
Squeezing.
different. I'm not quite tiny enough for that with my pack. But really, it's not been horrible. I mean, we're only 26 miles into it, or 24 miles into it, but we'll see how the next 50 go.
Mm-hmm.
I like New York. New York's pretty cool. A lot of neat climbs, steep ups, downs, flats, views. It has everything. Water. Feet are still wet, so it's working.
Yeah. Well, thank you both for entertaining me with questions. I appreciate it a lot. It means a lot. So, and thanks for allowing me to hike with you guys.
Oh, absolutely. I'm glad you did. That's pretty cool. When we got back together, we're like, oh, it's like the start of a band that got back together.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool.
It's nice to have different company once in a while.
Collectively, we are going, at least projected, to peak Mount Katahdin June 21st or the end of June. That is a tentative date anyway for Katahdin. And then after Bartman and Point 7 finish up, I will bounce back down to the south to the southern end of Virginia and finish out my through hike during the hot summer months in July and August. But that's another problem for another day. It's been really important to me to be able to not just go to Katahdin. Like, Katahdin was never the goal. It's still not. It's a pilgrimage. I mean, when I think about it, this is a spiritual journey I get to be on if I want it to be a spiritual journey. I don't want it to be about miles or doing everything so pinpoint exactly the way you're supposed to because every tree is marked with a white stripe. Or make sure that you're constantly updating your far out or listening to where the trail actually is. Like, I mean, the trail part is awesome, but everything about the trail that makes it so special to me has been people. It has been the side quests. It has been, I mean, some of the pains and aches and the stuff that we all have to encounter when you're hiking out in adverse conditions and trail differences, whatever. It's more than miles. It's not about Maine. Because the bugs are starting to get pretty bad now and I need to put a bug net on, I'm going to go ahead and give you over to R2, who will continue and finish updating you. Thank you very much. Go ahead, R2.
Thanks, R2. I really appreciate it. Updates in Connecticut are as follows. The state is filled with poisonous snakes.
There he is. Big fucking rattler right there. About stepped on him. Oh yeah.
The timber rattlesnake, as well as the brown copperheads, they are out in season. The water in the major rivers are not drinkable. It is advised to pack your own water out or to pay very close attention to far out comments and kiosks regarding water filtration and upcoming water sources along trail. On a bright note, the season is generally warming up. Although we still see temperatures dipping into the low 30s, we expect to generally start to see an incline in temperature throughout the day. The views were pretty good. Although no murderers have been spotted recently on the AT, it is highly advised that if one does come across a murderous activity, that they immediately locate their nearest 911. Do not approach these people on your own, especially if they're wielding 6 guns and 2 attack dogs. It is also very important that if they have a chain of wallets around their neck, that you probably won't be the last victim. That's everything I have for Connecticut. Stay tuned for Massachusetts tomorrow at 9. Thank you for watching.